Howdy friends, welcome to part 3 of our Teaching YNAB series. If you haven't seen part 1, the setup, or part 2, the meetup, make sure to hop back and watch those before diving into part 3. Happy teaching. You fought the good fight, you made it out alive, no scrapes, no bruises. And now we've reached the third and final segment of Teaching a Friend YNAB, the follow-up. Even if you were the best teacher in the world and they are plugging away at their new budget and crushing it, there are still 2 things that they have yet to experience, and that is adding a new paycheck and the monthly rollover. These can be so intimidating and scary to a new person because it's just brand new. But they don't have to be scary and intimidating. Tell them that. So first, when they get their new paycheck, teach them how to add a transaction that has an inflow of cash as opposed to an outflow. This will put money back in their to be budgeted category, and now they can assign all their dollars to their different categories as they see fit. And honestly, that's it. It's pretty simple. It's also really exciting, and I think right away they'll get that rush and that energy of having new money to budget out to all their categories. The second thing that will be new to them is the monthly rollover. This always garners a lot of questions because people don't know what to do with the money left in their categories. Does it carry over? Should I move it somewhere else? Does that money go away? Do I need to add it back into my budget? And this is where you can be so helpful. Remind them that any money that might be left over in any category will simply carry over to the next month. So let's say your friend has $23 left in clothing at the end of the month and she normally puts $100 in there every month. She can do one of 2 things. She can either just budget $100 more this month and then have $123 in her clothing category. Or if they're really trying to save money and not be tempted to spend, she can let that $23 roll over into the next month and add just the right amount to get her category back up to $100. Show them how to handle overspending. This is a scary one, and beware, they may have a lot of overspending in their first month of YNAB. 1, because they're not used to being on a budget yet, and 2, because they might literally not know how to do it. Show them how you can move money with a few simple clicks from one category to another, because any money left over in a category can easily be moved to another category. And inevitably, they're going to have more questions. You will get questions that night. You'll get questions the next day, the day after. What do I do when I meet my goal? What if I have multiple sources of income? So answer them to the best of your ability. You got this. And remember, your friends will almost always come to you first when they have a question before they go to support. So when you don't know the answer to their question, send them on over. We got you. Oh, and congrats! You just earned your budgeting teaching wings. Remember, you don't have to be a rock star at budgeting to teach it. They hired me, so remember, some will stick with it and some won't. But for those who do, you are just a very pivotal part in their financial journey. So give yourself a pat on the back and a sincere thank you from us to you. Best of luck on teaching your friends, and we'll see you next week. If you're meeting through Zoom or some other virtual hangout scenario, just make sure that you've make sure that you troubleshoot beforehand.